Hello and welcome to another Matchbox. As always, I make these Matchboxes myself. You can find the link in the description box below if you want to make your own. For this one, we're going to use polymer clay, a little bit different from normal, but yes, here we are. I'm starting out by rolling out the polymer clay on a piece of clear glass. This is just an old frame that I lined with some painter's tape, and it's perfect to go into the oven. Then I'm going to cut around the base of the matchbox so I know it will fit in, and then I'm going to sculpt the face. Whilst I do that, let me tell you a few facts about the Chamber of Secrets. The Chamber of Secrets was created under the dungeons of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry during medieval times by Salazar Slytherin. He disagreed with the other Hogwarts founders on the merits of blood purity. Before leaving the school, Slytherin built this chamber with the hope of purging the school of those he considered unworthy to study magic. According to legend, the Chamber of Secrets was home to an ancient basilisk. The chamber was flanked with towering pillars that were entwined with carved wood, and the statue of Slytherin was at the far end. The basilisk resides within the mouth of Slytherin's statue, which possibly symbolized Slytherin's ability to speak Parseltongue. The chamber was opened during the 1942 and 1943 school year by a 16-year-old teenager by the name of Tom Riddle, later known as Lord Voldemort. Through his mother, Riddle was the last remaining direct descendant of Slytherin, and he desired to see Muggleborns driven from Hogwarts. In his 5th year, Riddle located the secret entrance to the Chamber of Secrets. He was able to control the basilisk as he was the heir of Slytherin. He turned it loose, and many students were petrified as a result of the basilisk's stare. Now that you've mostly seen how I sculpted the face of Slytherin, I'm now going to work on the cover of the Chamber of Secrets because I wanted to include the door in this miniature as well. I have created a Christmas ornament back in December of 2023 that you can still find on my channel as well, where I make an ornament of the door. And this is basically the miniature of it. If you want a free template of the Chamber of Secrets door of the Christmas ornament, then you can find that on my Ko-fi website, which I will link in the description box below. After cutting out a couple of circles and some rings that I will stack on top of each other because this is just cardstock and I wanted to have a little bit more dimension. So I'm going to stack the rings on top of each other, and here I've cut out the back of where the snakes are going to be on top of. And all these circles and rings, I'm just going to glue them on top of each other with some wood glue. The part where the snakes are going to be on top of, that part, is going to be traced on a piece of parchment, which you can see here, which I didn't glue it, I taped it behind the piece of glass that I'm working on, so I know where the snakes are going to be, and this is going to go into the oven. The last victim was a student named Myrtle Warren, also known as Moaning Myrtle, who was killed in the girls' bathroom. Hogwarts was due to be closed, which upset Riddle, who did not want to return to the Muggle orphanage in which he was raised. He framed fellow student Rubius Hagrid, who had concealed a pet acromantula named Aragog. Riddle convinced the headmaster at the time that Aragog was the monster that had terrorized the school. Hagrid was expelled, and Riddle received an engraved trophy for special services to the school. The pieces are now baked and we can put everything together. The snakes are gonna go on top of this door element and is going to be the front of the matchbox. And the face of Slytherin can just sit inside the matchbox like so. I am going to put a raised element in there because there's like a walkway path kind of thing, and so I can fill it up with some water element as well. So this is the part that I'm going to place inside there, so I have some room for water. With some Fabri-Tac glue, I'm just going to glue all those pieces in place, and then I can move on to the water element and painting. For the water, I use this water effects gel and also some glossy accents. I have to say that the glossy accents, if you put it on too thick, it will not dry clear, especially if it cannot have air circulating around it, but it will stay white. So bear that in mind if you're using clear glossy accents. This water element stuff though, that is really, really nice. It's just you can't get it smooth. It will always have like a ripple effect on top of it, which is fine. It's like moving water really. And it's also very easy to apply. Just go in small amounts with the water effects. And then I am going to carve some detail into the door here with a pointy tool because, you know, it's all in the little details. Then it's time for painting. The floor is going to be black and the rest of the Matchbox inside is going to be mostly grays and some browns. And the outside of the Matchbox is going to be brown where the door is located, of course. The chamber was reopened when the bewitched diary of Tom Riddle manipulated and controlled first year Ginny Weasley. Ginny was compelled to vandalize the school by painting terrifying messages on the corridor walls outside Moaning Myrtle's bathroom. I wanted to add a little bit of texture, so with some bicarb soda and water, which I add to my brown paint, I'm just going to dab that on the front of the Matchbox to give it that extra texture that I was looking for. Ginny was taken down to the chamber to die, while Riddle intended to feed off her life force in order to become fully alive again. I also added some bicarb soda to the grey paint, so I get some more texture on the sides of the Matchbox here as well. And I also add this texture paint to the back of behind Slytherin's head, so that has that same kind of texture as well. Kind of blends in together. Moving on to painting the snakes, just a brown base coat, and then I'm going to add some metallic paint on there. After I finish the front of this Matchbox, just aging it up a little bit with some lighter colors. Harry, Ron, and then Defense Against the Dark Art Professor Gilderoy Lockhart went to the chamber to rescue Ginny, as a message had been left that she was held prisoner there. And with some watered down black acrylic paint, I'm going to go in all the crevices so I bring out all the details. Harry, after he knew that eye contact with the basilisk would be fatal, ran from it. He was helped by the timely arrival of Fawkes, Dumbledore's phoenix. Here I'm adding that metallic paint to the snakes, so I bring out all the texture that I put on, and to give it a bronze kind of look. I think this is a bronze paint by Folkart. So for some extra dimension, I'm going to go around with some chalk pastels to bring out that door even more. This is where I bring in the glossy accents, and I was struggling with that a bit because it was not drying clear or as clear as I wanted. I applied it with a popsicle stick, but just be very mindful if you use this stuff. It's okay for card making and whatnot. That's mainly what it's used for. Then it's time to add more detail to this sculpture. I'm going in with a black watered down acrylic paint to darken the crevices and bring out all the details. And then I wipe that off and go in with other colors as well. Harry battled the basilisk with Godric Gryffindor's sword, which materialized out of the sorting hat, which Fawkes had brought down to the chamber. As Harry impaled the basilisk, a fang stabbed into his arm in the process. Near death, Harry used of the fang to stab the diary, which spurted out black blood like ink, and the memory of Riddle preserved in it was destroyed. And And then finally I'm going in with some chalk pastels to make it a bit more matte and add a few more colors to that background. Let's see what the final result looks like. And this is it for Matchbox 41, the Chamber of Secrets. I probably could have added a basilisk. I think that would have taken away from the scene though. If you made it this far into the video, make sure to let me know by leaving a snake emoji in the comment section below and let me know what house you're in. I consider myself to be a Slitherclaw, a bit of Slytherin and Ravenclaw. All my social media can be found in the description box below, and if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos, and of course become part of the Raven family. Thanks so much for watching, stay safe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!